told me nothing.
Hey, hola mi gente. It's your man, the Afro Weekend, Orlando Crespo. Giving you the rice and beans, know what I mean? What up, Slob?
Hey, what's happening? You know what it is. It's your boy Collar Pod Shine. It was a little pain where it ain't a little seasoning with some reasoning. We're gonna have some fun today. We got our other host up in here. Y'all know who she is, but tell the people who you is.
What up, what up, what up? This is Jay from Maryland.
And what's good? Nickel City Flex, man. Root intellect. Sitting in for the guard. I'm late today, so they mad at me. But I'm sitting in for my brother like no other. The 18th letter, so let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. Shout out to the 18th, man. He had to handle some business back at the house back in the day.
All right.
You know.
Be safe out there,
having
bro.
a good time, man, and staying out
What
of
up,
trouble.
doe? To all my what up, does? Word up. I'm running late. John's mad.
man.
Sean's mad. I'm supposed to go in with the dude.
I ain't mad. I'm just talking shit.
Okay.
That's all right.
I'm not looking at you today.
Everybody was rushing today though, because that All-Star traffic got everybody back.
Oh,
I forgot all about all that, man.
Out of
I had
control.
some friends and family in town, man, and I literally lost track of everything that was going on, man. I apologize for that, but we about to do it big.
Hey, man, stop
Nobody
apologizing.
knew
You
that.
I
good?
feel bad, man, because when I looked up and like when Sean hit me and I said it can't be, I think it's 5:30.
Did you have to tell everybody that though?
I
Like
did.
nobody knew but us.
I did.
You could
I ain't like your
kept it a
face.
secret.
I'm not about to do that with you. Spider-Man, what's good?
This is gonna
Where we
be
at?
interesting. Hey man, we all over the place, man.
That's right.
Like I said, we got All-Star Weekend here. I'm gonna tell y'all the ridiculousness that's going on down here. One of my friends told me his partners went to the strip club the other night, right? Last night. First off, they paid $400 to park.
American dollars.
$400
American dollar.
They paid $400.
to park. And then they paid $6,000 for a section.
And this is still
these your
American
friends?
dollars.
No, they're not my friends. It's friend of
A friend.
friend. Yeah, and he was like, notice I
Dang.
said my friends. He said I didn't go. I
Right.
said I got miles to feed, and that's just not that important for me.
I know that's
But
right.
that's how they taxing down here for All-Star.
You said
Weekend.
6,000 for a section?
For a section.
To have a
Okay.
business right
What
now
does
is
this
real
section
lucrative.
come with?
It got to come with the girls. The girls got to come with the
It
section.
better come with every girl in that place.
What?
$6,000
Yeah.
for a section?
People
And
gonna be
yo.
broke leaving Atlanta this weekend.
Oh, no doubt.
And we ain't did nothing all year.
I hope
Yeah,
them rent
they've been
checks
saving
cleared.
up. Yeah, they've been
The
saving
rent
up.
check. She
Ain't
said,
nobody worried about no rent.
I hope the checks already cleared.
Man, they can't kick
Is it
us out.
still a moratorium on evictions?
I think it is.
Just asking.
That's facts.
That's ridiculous.
I also heard it was like 25 break-ins in cars
Oh,
just
shit.
last night by
Please don't
herself.
worry about my
What?
car this
Yeah,
weekend.
like them boys ready.
Yeah,
They
I'm
ready down there.
going back to park in my garage
Right.
at my house.
They ready because they know everybody down here.
Uh-huh.
And they trying to party and spend money. We gonna see about you while you in the club doing it up. We gonna come on and tap these seats and see what's in these consoles.
Yeah.
Everybody about to come up this weekend.
Real talk.
They in there turned up. You outside getting tuned up.
You can't, yeah. It's not that serious. Real talk, man. If they out here charging $6,000 for a section, man, take your money somewhere else.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They're not going to though, because you know what it is. It's the thing of All-Star Weekend to be in the mix. So
Yeah.
folks
Ja,
gonna pay.
My sister, let me explain something to
Oh God, here we go.
you. Yo, Poom Poom is going for $40. So even if it's in a
I've
tax
heard
on
that the price is a little
$40,
higher for this
$40.
weekend though. It's
Oh, this
probably
weekend is
400.
But
yeah, they can
But
charge
so
for-
from $40 to $6,000 to seem like we worth, no, that's not we doing something backwards, man. No,
Okay, when did I
Because really-
say I agreed with this though?
you agree with it?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
You definitely you agree.
I do not.
We going to the strip club
$6,000.
tonight, man. You want to go on the section?
Who going?
I told you I got friends here.
Didn't I
My
just-
family here.
So you and your family going?
Yeah, I was
just
just trying to
said
see who gonna pay for the
my
section.
car is going back to
Right.
my house and my garage because
not going out
folks out
today?
here cutting up.
You're not going out
I
tonight?
don't go out on a regular night.
But this ain't a regular night. It's All Star.
And I'm sorry.
The stars are
Is
out.
somebody gonna pay me? Am I
No,
going?
see,
Is
you
it?
going
You know,
somewhere.
I
I
mean,
didn't
is my
wanna go,
business
sister.
about to like
I don't know
elevate or
what you got
something for me
going
to
on
be
there.
out?
I don't know, man.
What's
feel you.
happening?
I don't know, but you
I
talking about somebody
don't-
paying you. I don't know.
I'm-
So
This is gonna be
Sean,
one of the
what's
only
going on?
times you're gonna hear me say this. I am 39 years old. Those days
You
of my
39?
life,
Put your age out there.
Yeah.
I'm
Women
surprised
don't do
she
that.
did that too. I'm
Right.
surprised she did that.
I'm a
So-
whole 39. I will be 40
You single?
in a month.
Single?
The last time somebody asked me that question on this show, and I got like it was a whole situation behind that because I was told the way that I responded to all of that was an issue. So now, and I'm going to do this really on purpose right now. I'm purposely not going to answer that question.
Wow.
So I
So
hope,
you're not
I
single?
hope the individuals
So you're
who
not single?
being messy,
You not single?
I hope the individuals who are being messy
Sister Job.
are
true.
listening. I'm purposely not
Are you
answer-
single?
I'm purposely not answering that question.
She's single.
Purposely
America.
not answering that question.
Single. And she's not spending
Purposely-
$6,000 for a section
Purposely
with
not
you.
answering. So I hope the messiness continues again.
I don't know who was being messy.
Wow,
but
yeah,
I
was
do.
Messy.
Oh,
I
missed
had
all of
a-
that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
Me too.
whole situation. Apparently, a lot of my conversations are being policed on this here platform.
Wow.
Wow.
Whole
So
lot
you-
of other stuff being policed too, but
So
you know,
you putting yourself
again,
on the
Besides the
line every
glamour.
time you show up.
So y'all hear that,
I
America?
ain't putting nothing on the line.
Ja is
I'm a
not
grown ass
single enough for
woman.
you. You hear that? She's not single enough for you. Stay off her. Stay out of her inbox.
Right.
She don't want your
Grown-ass woman,
inboxes.
dog.
Don't text none of us talking about who is that? Who is
Yeah,
that?
don't look. Yeah,
I
she don't
received
want you.
those before.
Right. Why was you
People be
talking to
doing
him
the
like
most.
You lurkers who be out
doing
here
the
in
most.
the room.
Oh,
So
my
yeah, let the messiness commence.
goodness. Wow.
The individuals know who they are. So yeah.
Well, we appreciate your support. Thank you. Keep watching.
Right.
Keep watching.
I remember back in the days though, man. Like shit going on, like those crazy prices and rates you were talking about. I've done some foolish stuff back in the day.
Who
I think
hasn't,
we are
though?
see you.
Yeah.
when we were coming up like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. If I could save every dollar I've blown growing up, I'd be retired right
Right.
now.
Right.
I feel you. That's part of growing up.
Yeah.
But I mean, really, I think even present day is stuff that we do that, you know, it's like, why are you really spending that much? Like, even if you're looking at
DoorDash.
shoes. Yeah, DoorDash, you know, that $10 sandwich, that's $35
When
by
they
the
get
time
to
it
your
gets to
house.
the door
Yeah.
with all the fees and
$35.
stuff.
Just
is a lot.
because you don't want to drive.
Right.
Wow.
You don't want to drive 5 miles.
Oh, I'm a victim of that.
Pay for
I
convenience.
DoorDash before?
Man, I DoorDash every weekend.
No, you don't.
Yes,
Are
I
you
promise.
serious?
He don't want
I
to
had
Nah, man,
Arby's
funny.
today. It was $30 when it got here.
You said Arby's?
Arby's.
Black people eat that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they
So
got
you
a deli.
the one
They got a deli sandwich.
You
They-
eat Arby's
They've
too?
got
They
the
have a
real
deli
meat.
sandwich.
So you the one,
Pause.
both of y'all keeping Arby's in business now.
Oh
It's
yeah,
y'all two.
yeah,
'Cause
Arby's.
we
Y'all
been
had their
wondering.
milkshakes. Y'all never had their milkshake
No, I
yet?
don't drink
I'm
milkshake.
black. We don't eat
When I
Arby's.
was in college, I used to go to Arby's all the time, but that, you know,
You
was
went
a
to
long
Arby's in
time
college?
ago. I mean, you
I
talking
ain't been to
about
Arby's in like
ago.
40 years. And I'm 43.
And you was eating Arby's at 3? We see.
I ain't had Arby's in a long time, bro. I'm 43.
When we
I ain't
take the
had Arby's
glasses
in
off,
40,
right?
40 years.
Yeah, true, man.
I wish I would go up there and say, yeah, Arby's has the meats.
They
Oh,
do.
No.
But you know they changed that commercial though, because y'all sensitive people said something.
Oh,
So in the
What was
latest commercial, when they say that Arby's has the meats, and the voice says for sandwiches or something like that.
For real?
oh yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, they changed it up.
I didn't see. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I don't even
they
watch Arby's
changed it up.
commercials. That shit come on and I...
Really?
I'm glad you said that though, because I did want to talk about what they call cancel culture. I, for one, am uncomfortable with that word. I didn't even know what it meant, to be honest.
Cancel culture?
Yeah, I just had to
Couldn't
look it
figure out
up.
the context clues.
I didn't like to use it because it was so overused. It was so
Oh, okay.
overused.
So you knew what it meant. You just chose not to engage.
Right,
I got
right.
it now.
And I literally looked it up to make sure it was correct in my thought process. And when I did, I was like, yeah, this some bull. Like, it's just regular, like, calling out stuff. The world is so sensitive and pussy right now, so you can't do nothing without somebody coming up behind you saying, I didn't like how you did that, so we're going to have to take that down. That's called cancel culture, and I'm just like, it's ridiculous.
Interesting.
So that's
I
like,
just found that out.
did y'all see that recently Mr. Potato Head is now gender neutral?
Really?
What?
Yeah, Mr. Potato Head
Goodness,
isn't just
bro.
Mr.
Is that was
Potato
the thing? All I
Did
saw
y'all see
was the
that?
post about the Dr.
All the
Seuss
stuff.
book.
Yeah.
And they were taking the Dr. Seuss books. They made the comment about Mr. Potato Head, but then they said Cadbury Eggs apparently has a commercial with two men, and they have they're sharing the Cadbury egg. So like the spaghetti with the lady in the trunk situation. That's what they doing with the Cadbury egg. So they like, y'all upset about Mr. Potato Head and Dr. Seuss, but this is the commercial you put on TV. Like,
it's so funny.
Make
that
it
you
make
say
sense.
That, yeah. I think a lot of what's what's going on lately has a lot to do with following cancel culture instead of really saying what you feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because there's so much now, like the stuff with Dr. Seuss, and Dr. Seuss is definitely it. If you go, I grew up on these books. Like one of my favorite books growing up was
my
Green
mama
Eggs
still
and
got
Ham.
him in the attic.
Yeah, like
Right.
like my parents read Green Eggs and Ham to me every day, every
Are
night
you
as a
my
kid.
mother? Yeah, all
Like,
of
you
that.
know what I'm saying? But if you really go back and you do look at some of the books, like when they do talk about people of color, man, it's bad.
I didn't revisit any of them.
Yeah, if you go back
Yeah,
and
if you
look
go
at,
back, it is,
if
man.
it's come on, man, like you should be doing better, and people get mad about that, but at the same time, it's like white people. It's easy for you to say, "Oh, I don't think this is that bad," because everything is appropriated towards you.
Well, yeah.
Right.
So white
From
people,
their
none of that
perspective.
stuff is that bad. But I feel like the bigger issue here is missing, because it's like, we're going to do this with Mr. Potato Head. We're going to do this with Dr. Seuss. We're going to change, Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima and all of those things. But that's not the real issue here.
Symbolism.
Like,
It's all symbolism.
It is. Let's talk about how y'all really feel about black people and
Right.
deal with white supremacy and racism for what it
We're
is.
not
Like,
racist.
stop trying to.
We're not racist.
Black people cannot be racist.
I agree with that. I'm glad you said it, but I agree with that. But America doesn't feel like it's racist.
Of course
either.
not. And now that, Webster has changed the definition of what
it
racism
has.
is, then of course black people
has.
now has the ability to.
Be
but
racist.
before, that was never the case.
Right.
But deal with white supremacy for what it is. Like, white people need to stop being out here, like, not saying how they really feel about black folks, the imagery that they put out about us, but they pacify us with the Aunt Jemima stuff, the Uncle Ben stuff, and all of that. And unfortunately, we're like, oh, thank you. Redskins and all that. Like, oh, thank you. You all really understand our plight and what's going on. It's like, y'all don't even see that they just doing these little things to pacify you. But go out here, and try to get this mortage. And let me see what happens. Have your house appraised by them white folks. And let's see how that goes down. Let's deal with it. But they don't. We allow them not to.
They doing just
And the
enough to
cycle
keep
continues.
their money rolling.
Yeah.
Just enough to keep it, but they're not changing the actual problem on why. The problem is that they pushed it on us so much that we don't see the problem with it, and we just take it as a norm. So once I can tell you a lie and push it over on you as it being the truth, and we continue to move in that fashion, then everybody's lost, except for the people that's controlling the narrative.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's what's happening.
Yeah,
So
that's facts.
now everybody's calling it out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I had nothing.
Mr. Miyagi said that a lie is only a truth, becomes truth if someone chooses to believe it.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Miyagi.
He's
I
a
remember
philosopher.
that.
He's a philosopher.
Shout out to him.
He's a
How'd you
philosopher.
keep that in your mental Rolodex?
Yo, on the real, as a
real
kid,
name?
I remember all of that little crazy stuff that I don't remember what I'm supposed to remember. You tell me
Right.
to be here at 5 o'clock, I'm going to be here at 5:30, 5:40. But I'm going to remember all of the stuff that, like, nobody else, like, oh, yeah, he did say that. Then, right? That's when he said it. Like, I remember that stuff. It's just part of what it is. But I agree with you on, like, the symbolism stuff. Like, and so just to be clear, let me get it together. Like, even with Obama being president or Kamala being vice president, like,
Right.
a lot of people are okay. Like, we were in an uproar right before the election. We were uproar all as a people, all the way up until they got in, Biden and Kamala got in. And now all of a sudden things are supposed to just be great and nothing's changed.
No,
Nice.
but let's talk about that too, right? Because they're in office now, and they ran on student loan forgiveness, right? Isn't that what they
God.
talked about?
Yeah.
That was the whole
Yeah.
thing. Everyone was excited. And what did Biden just tell y'all? Like,
I give
think
y'all
this
10
week,
stacks.
or
He
last
said, I give y'all 10 plus
Oh,
interest.
no. Biden said that he is not signing an executive order related to student loan forgiveness.
He reneged on
He
it.
said he agrees with the 10. He doesn't agree with the 50, but he said, I'm not doing it. Congress will have to do it.
Yeah.
That's how it'll have to. But he ran all on the fact of,
That
oh,
was
yeah,
his
we're going to get
platform.
y'all student
We gonna
loans
get y'all
up
out of
outta
debt.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
And now what
politician.
happened?
What you expect?
Politician.
They are, but that's
You gotta
why
hold these people
as
accountable.
you do, but we also have to like really see what's going on and stop being blinded by folks
Right.
being black or a Democrat. Like, come on, because again, if black people do their history, Democrats used to be what Republicans are. And folks don't know that. And if you talk to older black people, they will tell you straight up, I'm a Republican because I remember
Right.
when the Democrats were different. They say that. But we just feel like, oh, it's Democrats, they're liberal. We have to, like, I keep seeing these shirts now, I'm going to vote blue no matter what, or something along those lines. And it's like,
Crespo.
you sound stupid.
That's Crespo. Crespo
Yeah.
said
That's
that on the show
not-
before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't.
But
Our
That's
parents
not
did
what-
it. Our grandparents did it. Grew up at,
But,
in a Democratic household.
But our
Go ahead.
grandparents
And-
really didn't.
Yeah, at all.
Our grandparents was Republicans. When they
Not
when
all.
no, they were.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Like our grandparents.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Were Republicans. Like the whole Martin Luther King, like they was all Republicans. When they was growing up during civil rights, when they was just getting that whole right to vote, they was Republicans. But when we grew up, our parents told us just go in there and vote blue. Man, who is this person? Just vote
Right.
blue.
But that's still.
Am I wrong?
That's still what happens.
I think
to
it's
that.
an unwritten rule, though. It was just like, Republicans aren't for black folks,
It
but
is.
Democrats are. And so now that's just what everybody believes.
Believes.
And they're not worrying about the actual policies and then realizing that everybody, all skin folk ain't kin folk.
Oh man.
So
Sad
just
sister.
because these folks look like you don't mean they're going to get in office and really do for you,
Right.
especially if you don't force it. But just you cannot get caught up into this political craziness
Well,
because
they
a
gonna use-
politician is going to politic. Like,
Sure.
That's what they do.
They use every
Yeah.
avenue they can to obtain those votes
right.
to get us out there. Tell you what you want to hear.
And people,
You speak in my language. Let me go this route. So
Yeah.
for hundreds of thousands of us that have student loans, we probably die with. If he says this, hey,
I'm good with
I'm
it.
good with it.
man, I don't remember how many I got left, but they gone. I'm
You got
paying it off.
no student
Right.
loans? Or you
Yeah,
paying them?
I'm paying them off.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
And I'm paying them off. Like, I'm not about to wait for,
Student loan
Congress.
forgiveness.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah.
Y'all
That
crazy
stuff ain't
as
going
hell.
nowhere.
Because people
Look at her
mad
face,
now.
bro. She like, yeah, I'm not waiting on that.
That mail never
People
gets lost in
upset
the
now
mailbox.
because they can't get mortgages behind their student loans.
Yeah.
Because of how they do debt to income and all that, which is a whole other thing that people don't even understand. But, they looking at these student loans and folks can't get it. And it's like, but you signed up for this. And then it's the excuse of, well, I was 18. I didn't know what it means. My mother told me from the time that I was able to start signing for stuff, you don't sign nothing unless you
Without
read
reading
it. But what did we do in college? We went and signed that paperwork. And then I never got one, but everybody got the refund check. When they got the refund check, like in the spring or whatever, and was out here balling, that's y'all thought y'all was doing something. Now you owe somebody $150,000.
That's what y'all did. My dad always told me, ain't no money free. I went to technical school.
Right.
Right.
Screw that.
Shout out to Pops for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So when they was, yeah, we'll get you in here, we'll pay this, and all I could think about, my dad said, I'm gonna have to pay this back. So I was like, nah, I'm good.
Ain't that crazy? Like the
Yeah,
stuff
I'm
that your
good.
parents was telling you, and you was
Yeah.
like, oh, and then you look back and be like, I'm glad somebody
Right.
said
Right.
something.
Gotta pass
I
that
hear-
down.
I'd have been like, yo.
Right. I hear all the college stories and the drunk, and I was experimenting, and I had this great time. I was working.
Right.
And right now, I have no student loans.
Yeah.
Me either. My student loans are
neither.
paid.
Hey, me
I was
either.
going to school
I'm
on a
almost
real.
done.
I went to school. I was a full-time student and a full-time worker.
Right.
Right.
So I don't know if y'all
That's
remember.
right.
Full-time went off credits. How many credits you took?
Yeah.
If you took 12 or you took 18, you could still be full-time. So what I used to do was take 12, which was 4 classes. So I could be a full-time student, but it still gave me the ability to work full-time
full-time.
too, to pay for it. I was paying for school and
Working.
out of pocket.
Right.
and
That's
working.
really the way to go. But when you say that, it's all, oh no, they can't work. They need to focus on school. Meanwhile, they out here drinking and cutting up and
Buying
having
J's.
And especially
Yeah.
on
They
a
want
real
your
at
ass
that
in
age.
debt. They want you in debt.
Gold
At that age, you got
chains.
all the energy in the world. Like if you really
Sure
focus
do.
on what you
Yeah.
got going, like you can make it happen.
I was doing
And I-
16-hour days for 2 years.
I get it, bro.
2 years.
I get it. Like I get it. If don't nobody understand, I get it. I used to be at work, and luckily for me, I worked at the airport at the time. Before I got on with us now, I was working for a contract company.
Right.
But it's the same thing. So I would be in there, and we would have 2-3 hours in between flights, and that gave me the opportunity to
Sit down.
sit
Okay.
down and do my schoolwork. And the people there, like they was like, "Yo, you doing the right thing."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was the days, like I was like I had hour classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays were like hour and a half classes. So I didn't even pick up hour and a half classes.
You know
Man,
what's
them
funny?
Tuesday, Thursday class.
Yeah, I didn't even pick them up.
See, I ain't
I
had
would
that
work
option.
12 hours on those days, and then just before I came to work on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's when I would go to class.
Right.
I would take I would have like 4 classes and then go to work at like 6.
I ain't
And
had
work
that
till like
option.
midnight.
I ain't had that option. It was from 8 to 3 every day.
Yeah.
Go to work, put my uniform on from 3:30 to 11:30.
Yeah. So you get it though. You was working on the back end of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny part is, half the people that got these student loans didn't even get into the job field that they got their degree.
Right. Right.
If they got the
Right.
degree.
If they got the
they got
degree.
If they got the degree.
Right.
You
That's,
know?
So you ain't get shit out the deal, but a deep hole you trying to dig out of.
that's so true. I came out, I got an economics and finance degree, and I had a job in that field for 10 years. So
Right.
I definitely, and I mean, I still use it to this day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, most people, they definitely do not. And they online crying and complaining, talking about, I can't do it. But it's like, look at your whole expenses. Because if you were to adjust, it wouldn't be as bad. But you can't tell folks that because, you only got one life to live. So I just can't be out here paying this money.
Right.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and pay them 6 stacks at the club.
Hell no.
Get tangerine.
that-
Get tangerine in your life.
$6,000 for a section.
For a
6.
section.
You hear me? 6.
Only in the
$6,000
ATL, brother.
for a section.
All-Star
And that
weekend.
didn't
I
come with
ain't- I
no
don't
food,
know.
I'm sure. Ain't no food.
Nah, they
ain't
probably
no
throw
food.
you they probably give you the 2 bottles.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably
with the
got.
orange juice and the cranberry juice and some cups and some napkins.
But what it
That's
comes
what I
with
got.
is the status of somebody saying, "Ooh, who in that section?"
Yeah.
Like that's how what section? That, like let's be real. That's what
I mean,
Atlanta
yeah,
life
that's-
is.
They do it for the gram. Let's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably that's
Somebody's
all you
going
see
in the
nowadays
debt.
in the club like this.
Yup.
That's how they party nowadays.
I be looking like, what the hell is you doing, dog? I was
Yeah.
like,
That's how they, that's how they
I
party.
see. You look around, you just see that all night.
Yup.
I put a post up
They get-
months ago about that shit.
They get their hookahs.
Hey, hookers,
Not the
Carrie,
hookers.
Carrie, and Harry, all my ATL people and my New York City people with the hookers, hookers,
Another one.
cancel cultural hookah, bro.
Another one.
I cannot stand that with the hookah. Like, what are y'all
You
doing?
going in hookah?
Oh,
Who got the lighter to light that coal again?
Oh yeah, man, that
that's
hookah
crazy.
light.
All you see is the video with the smoke. Ain't nothing but videos of smoke.
It's a
Like, what
boomerang.
y'all doing?
It's a boom. Oh man, I hate that, man. But we talk about that. We talk about that with our family all the time. That's why I wanted to shout out Harry and Carrie.
It's a girl I follow, and she posted a picture of her living room, and she got the damn hookah sitting up on her coffee table. It's like,
Really?
this
Like
is
a
not
centerpiece.
Campaign.
Yeah.
This ain't no decoration.
It's a
yo.
lot
Like,
of
what are
people
we
doing that now. It's too much work.
Do y'all
First
smoke
off,
hookah?
I used to.
I
You're a hookah head.
I'm done.
Nah.
Sister, you don't smoke hookah?
Nah, I don't.
Good, man. Come over here with me.
It was something about
All
that.
my ATL people who don't smoke hookah, we're not from the ATL.
That was nothing. Right. That was just.
It's just a
I'll
trend.
partake if it's around, but I've never
smokes
never
hookah.
bought.
So
nah,
y'all,
I
are
ain't
y'all
never
like sharing
bought.
the thing? Like,
No, it's
Oh,
a
not
tip.
the mouthpiece.
I
It's
know
a-
it's a tip, but are y'all really using your own tip every time it come around?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because
keep
you
my
hold
tip.
it. Gotta
keep
hold
my
it in
tip.
your hand.
You know everybody not though.
But I had to say I
Don't
don't do
just
it.
pass
I had
the
to
You
day.
hold
be.
your own
They
tip,
just,
man.
I had
You
to
should
be
be
out
really-
here spreading the
Yeah.
Rona.
No,
You got
you
Corona
gotta
out
hold
here.
it.
Don't be passing
Yeah,
that shit
yeah.
around.
Dennis.
I don't know who passing
That's why
tips.
Atlanta can't get
I ain't never seen nobody pass no
Sharon
tips.
Hookah. Sharon Hookah.
You know, it's always somebody. Because folks be too drunk when you see them online.
They just,
You know that, yeah.
I hate that, man. I can't.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Go
it
smoke some
disturbs me
weed.
too.
Put some other
Yes.
stuff on that code.
Oh,
Then
man.
Yeah, I'll smoke a cigar on occasion, but that
smoke
hookah,
cigars?
like, I do. This one got me into it.
Okay. And we doing a good job, man.
I try to.
whatever.
You know, our little sister, she be all over.
Oh,
it.
God.
Aficionado.
I need to eat. I need some culture.
I didn't say you need to eat, but you do. We got to get her calories up because she's
Kale
like,
Queen up on some calories.
Look, I had some kale today.
Y'all think I just be talking about fun. I be dead serious when I say what I say
Don't
about
mind
people
them.
right here.
Don't mind them.
"Oh,
Do you,
Kale
baby?
Queen, man. That's
You
what's
good.
up, though. That's what's up.
But I don't get sick. I put
That's
you
it.
on, Kale. You stop getting sick.
Kale
so,
good.
Listen.
That's like a super
Say what
food.
y'all want. It is.
Mm-hmm.
When I ate kale
I eat
every
it.
day, I had the best skin of my life when I ate kale every day.
Oh, I thought that was your product that did that. Which one?
I mean, what you mean? Which one of
I-
those?
All this, yeah, let's
All of
me make sure her product is front line.
All of them.
My sister had you
Like
glowing.
kale.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
those of you
Appreciate
who
the
can't
shout.
just naturally glow,
Appreciate the shout.
Dry Skin Care.
Dry
Jylin
skin.
skin.
That's
Dry
right.
skin.
No
Get
doubt.
that skin care.
That glow.
We appreciate
For
it.
those of y'all who like you can't eat just kale every day.
Anybody can eat kale.
Yeah,
not
she got
every
you.
day.
No,
Nah,
I
people
need
real
calories,
picky about
real,
their
so
food.
yeah, I need
man.
calories.
They are, but
People so
the
picky with
people
their
who pick
food.
about their food though, they always in the drive-through. So make it make sense.
You right.
Like they out
I
here
agree.
fussing out about the Popeyes fish sandwich. Like really?
Yeah,
You got
they get-
Popeyes.
I get fussed at because I do a meal prep and I have salads every day. And I have it. You gonna eat that every day? You ain't tired of that? You gonna eat that every day?
Right.
And I'm just like, we're gonna eat your little fried chicken sandwich.
Right.
Right.
Don't
When
leave
you
me
was-
alone.
When you was eating
got
fried chicken and whatnot, don't nobody say nothing.
Right,
to
you good. Oh,
as
that
you
look
eat
good. That
something
smell
healthy,
good. But
Everybody
man,
got
salad,
something to
dang,
say.
you a bird. You eat like a little
Right.
chicken.
That's
You
a
can't eat that
reflection
every
of
day.
them and how they feel about
Yeah,
what they
I
eat.
just laugh.
Yeah.
I just laugh. Because it's an
But you eat
easy
salads
shot
every
for
day?
me.
To each his own.
Yeah, I eat salad every day. Some of them meat, some of them
Look,
don't.
he want to say something so bad.
Oh,
No,
folks,
I don't
they
have
say
nothing
he
to
eats
say.
foliage. You need that
On
foliage.
the real, to be honest with you, man, and I'm terrible. Like I don't really always eat.
I'm like that too.
Really bad.
Like like it's bad. Like I'm a person who people have to say, "Hey, did you eat today?" And I'll be like, "No, I don't think I did."
But
But
you
I
guys got
also
that
get it
red
from
cup though.
that, oh. Shots fired.
I'm drinking rum and Red Bull.
Hey, you see it, you hard food.
I'm drinking rum. Hey.
But you know, I've said this before. I'll drink my calories.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
I've said that before. I'll drink my calories today.
Your life insurance paid up?
It is.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good.
Just
yeah.
making sure.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
They're gonna fly
okay.
me back to the town. They're gonna put me in the ground. I'll be good.
Will good, all of that? Oh,
Everything.
Okay. Just making sure,
Everything.
you know, because I'm red cups.
Yeah, I got everything. I mean, well, you got a little. What's this you drinking today?
That's just some old fake probiotic, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
because
it
I'm looking at
ain't-
this. I've never seen this before.
Everybody
that's
she bring in here, I'm
that's
like,
it.
I don't even ask no more.
You don't even ask what
No,
it is.
it's
because
like-
you already
Right.
know it's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's some
Whatever.
doctor
But-
in
and
the
I know
lab
I-
in a natural garden making up juice, and
Right.
she'll find them and she go buy the bottles.
Yeah,
Really?
I get
My
it.
Probably
homegirl
bartering
got me
with 'em.
on these now, but it's just it's all about the flavor. It ain't probiotics. If you eat right, you
No,
don't
I
eat
mean
no
I get
damn
it. I just like I
probiotics,
said,
you know,
you are the
antibiotics.
one person that we just gotta make sure if the wind is windy out, we gotta make sure that you don't blow it.
Oh my god!
That's all.
really?
Yeah.
I'm just glad she got on
I
socks
weigh
today.
98 pounds.
I'm glad she got socks
Yeah,
on
you
today.
weigh
She
how
used
much?
on
Why you
that.
act like I weigh
she don't
98 pounds?
I really, honestly,
I weigh
didn't-
140 pounds.
I didn't think you even weighed 98. Like I really be worried about you when it get gusty out.
Really?
Really.
Really?
Y'all crazy.
I be on the phone like, hey, who got Ja? Sean, I talked to her. She good.
She anchored down.
She's in the house anchored down. But if it get windy outside, she
It's not
blow away.
that serious.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's not that
I know,
serious.
I know.
At all.
I know.
Oh man, we gonna
As
switch
soon as I
gears.
weigh like 200 pounds though, then y'all gonna be like,
That ain't
yeah,
gonna
so
never
when you
happen.
gonna hit that gym?
That
No,
ain't
no.
gonna
If you
Right.
got if you got
Can't
all the way up to
satisfy 'em.
200 pounds, I would actually be. I would think something was wrong with you.
Like,
hey, are
medically.
you depressed?
Exactly.
Which one of these dudes treat me
But I'm
dirty?
small. It's just like the salad thing. You eat salad every day. Somebody got
Salad blow away
say.
too. Like if you set your salad on the table and the wind blow, that's gonna blow off too.
Man,
my burger ain't going nowhere.
What's
ever
Uh-huh.
until I eat it.
Can you shit though?
Yeah,
Are you
I
regular?
don't have to
Is
brag
your pee
very.
the right color?
Is my who?
Is your pee the right color?
Yeah, man, I'm hydrated.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
It don't look like no orange.
You want to see? You want me to take a picture and send it to you
Nah,
next time?
I'm good.
What is going on?
She
I
asked
don't know.
about. She's asking about my
What's the next
what's
topic?
the excretions?
I'm just
How
saying,
you
y'all-
eliminate?
Yeah, so I just
How
want to
much
make
you
sure
get-
that I get
Oh,
it right.
your burger ain't
I
gonna
will
go
definitely,
away.
I will definitely send you a
Make
picture
sure
next
you
time I
ain't
take
stopped
a
up.
dump.
Let me go ahead and block you online right now.
He sound just like it. I thought he hit that. Bro. You could tell he listens to the
Yo.
show. Do you listen to the show?
I'm a fan. I see every show. Every one of them shows got a view from me on it.
Absolutely.
What is the next topic?
Yeah, what's going on? What we got? What we
We
talking
finna
about
get
today,
for
bro?
real now. So all the little giggling finna go, all the little cackling, we finna kill that.
So you about to take Jod's show. So let's go.
Whatever.
Mike Brown's father is requesting two.
Look at that. People looking. For
I will wait. We'll wait.
If we gonna
Yeah,
wait.
you just got. We'll wait.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
So yo, you know, I'm in the middle of the podcast and I had to stop.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah. And
Yeah, we
the
can hear
only
them
reason,
too.
only reason I answered was
Let me
because
turn up
they
that
can hear.
mic.
They can hear you. Hold
Yeah,
on,
we can hear.
wait. So I hope everything's good, but I gotta call you back. No, you good. You don't have to be sorry, man. It's all right. You just messed up Black America's podcast.
You're killing us, bro. You're killing us.
Bye. Y'all are terrible, man.
And didn't we just say something before we started about
Right.
turning your phone off?
We did. You're
Oh
late.
my God, you need to.
And you
y'all need to
Jesus,
find
this
in
is
here.
ridiculous. No, he getting fined.
Oh,
I'm getting
Oh.
fined.
Fined.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
Okay.
send my.
where the jar at?
Make sure they send me some money, bro. They talk about getting fined.
Put your cash app
Find
up
me.
there.
Yeah, you can't find me if I ain't got no money yet. Ain't nobody even got no shirt on today but me. They never represent. Yo, how you do this? It's your fault.
I was gonna wear my hoodie today, but
I'm
I
glad you
wanted
got
to
it.
wear
Thank
my
you.
black and blue Jordan. So purple and gold. It ain't.
Purple, gold, black, and blue. That shit all
Yeah,
match.
it's too much.
It all
It's too
match.
much. I'm doing my
Brother.
BSU situation today.
It's all
Bruh.
good. I'm sorry. Man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like I was saying before we were rudely interrupted
That's
and
your fault, phone
continue
call.
to be interrupted. Michael Brown's father is going after Black Lives Matter for $20 million. Do y'all think that's fair? Why and why not?
That they charging him what now?
No, he's
Sergeant,
going.
why don't
He's
you put the
requesting
phone down so you
$20
can
million
hear?
from Black Lives Matter, saying that they didn't do anything to help their cause and with all the stuff that they're doing in Ferguson, and they haven't. I think he said they got a total of $500, and
From the
from Black Lives
Lives
Matter,
Matter.
for the movement. So let me, before we even go into that, I'm gonna read a few things. They actually responded. Black Lives Matter responded. They said they weren't established until 2015, whereas his situation with Michael Brown Jr. was in 2014. They also said that they never got a formal request from him to get funds allocated to him. Now, let's talk about the numbers that Black Lives Matter
Has done.
have made.
Yeah.
2020, they brought in $90 million. They've only allocated $20 million to other establishments, other establishments that are dealing within the community. So even people within Black Lives Matter's chapters, because they have chapters in different states, came out last year in December and said they weren't happy with how decision making and the transparency of what the money is doing. So you got $90 million you made in 2020 just off of donations. You've only allocated $20 million to help the cause that you're fighting. What we doing with this other $70 million?
And that's just
and
for
the people-
2020.
That's
correct?
2020. So, and now the people even within Black Lives Matter in certain chapters are
founders.
like, not the founders. They have an umbrella situation to where I think it all goes into one big old pot, and then they disperse the money out to the chapters
It's
for
probably
certain
a board,
situations.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So the people that are in these other chapters have been saying we don't have any transparency with the decision making or what's going on with the money. So,
are they an actual nonprofit organization, Black Lives Matter?
I'm not sure.
Because they would have to publish their financials if they
Yep.
are. That's
I'm not sure
thing.
if they're nonprofit. But yeah, that's what's happening with that. So how y'all feel about him requesting 20 mil?
How did he even come up with that number? Is my first question.
I'm glad you said it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's a little staggering. I like how Black Lives Matter responded with we weren't, what did you say, officially established until 2015? Like that, way to use, your words in a certain way in order to get
Words
your
are
point
powerful.
across. Exactly. Like they really kind of playing semantics with that. 20 million is steep.
That's what they gave out though. That's not what they.
No. He's
that's what
requesting
he's
20
requesting.
million. They've only given
But
20 million to
Total.
all of the other
Total.
chapters. Right.
Okay.
So there is 70 mil just somewhere chilling.
And that's just from last year.
That's
though.
last year, so
That
they
has
got
nothing
more
to
money.
do
I get
with
it.
all
I
the
get
other
it.
years,
Whoa.
though.
Yeah, that's 5 years. That's 5 years in
I mean,
between.
you've been drinking, so we just trying to make sure that you actually up.
You
on
drinking
all the
too.
facts.
Hey, stay on point.
I'm
You
thinking.
drinking.
Stay on. God, don't mind.
Come on,
Can't even
engineer.
find the button.
Both of y'all, cut it out.
Children.
I'm thinking if they consider that, they probably wouldn't honor that much because other families would probably ask for something similar. That would open up a window for everybody to create such a, I hate to use a payday. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
We got lives that were lost. That's priceless. But if I pay Flex $20 million and I'm bringing in all this extra money, how many other black lives were lost? You know what I mean? That, those invoices might be coming in like, hey, you tightened up Flex's family or whatever.
What about mine?
Yeah, what about mine?
And that probably would.
And that'll cause tension. I mean, between the movement, between the families. You know what I mean?
But what the other question that has to be asked though, what is the promise, if any, that Black Lives Matter has made to the families? Did they say that they were going to pay them for coming in to help the cause?
Where's this money going? Like, if you ask for 20 million, I would expect you to have some type of detail.
They had a plan. He said they were going to open up a
that's
community
cool.
center.
And that's cool, but
and all
maybe
that.
our board didn't approve of your plan.
I don't even think they looked at it, to be honest.
I mean, even if they
That's
did,
why they
you asking for
responded.
money from another organization. That's
That's
what
why they
happens, right?
responded. But
Yeah.
Right? Like even if we don't look at your request, period.
Right.
I look at it in the sense of because 20 million is steep. But I also feel like with Black Lives Matter, and we've talked about this before for people that watch the show on the regular.
Black Lives Matter.
We've talked about Black Lives Matter and some of the issues we had with it.
Yeah, some of the stuff
Okay.
is contradictory to actually Black Lives Matter.
Right. So what's happening is when you look at it in its totality, they're using these situations to create money for themselves. And if that's what you're going to do, you need to step out in front of this stuff. I shouldn't have to come to you and say, hey, I should use this money for this and that. No, you just made money off of my son's death.
That's right.
Because that's what's going on in the world, and you've made the biggest platform for it. But you're not literally out here putting your money where your mouth is.
But that's ultimately though the problem with a lot of these organizations though is that they use what's happening in the news in order to create revenue for themselves. It's really not about the cause. And that's why folks can't just be out here saying stuff and chanting for the sake of an organization saying that they are for black people or for whatever it is. Like, you need to study these people and what it is that they stand for and their mission statement before you put your time, energy, money, or whatever behind it. I'm going to be honest. When BLM first dropped, if you read their website when they first dropped, not what's happening now.
We did that here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
Man, no.
It was one before that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you missed.
Because even the one that we had,
one.
even the one that
original
we
one.
had,
I remember
That
that.
original one, that would have you like, I'm sorry, do y'all even acknowledge that black men even existed?
No,
like,
we had that one.
them?
Yeah,
no,
that's the one we had.
It was worse.
They reworded it.
Yes.
They rewrote what?
She was saying it was worse than the one.
Yes.
Reworded.
Oh, okay.
I see what you're doing, Brian.
Try to catch you live.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm all right with it, though. I'm all right.
They reworded it.
Reworded. I see you, Flex.
So
I tried, Ralph. I tried.
Black people are always looking for somebody or something to look up to help the cause. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We're so for hope, and so as soon as someone comes out, Black Lives Matter, whatever it is, then we just automatically stand behind it. We got to stop because, again, did they ever say, I don't know, but did they ever say that we are going to put money behind these families who have been adversely affected by police violence? I have no idea. And if they never said that, then you shouldn't be expecting them to provide you with any type of financial compensation. Now, being that they're using the deaths of your family members to make money, that's very morally wrong. And that's a problem. And I can see where he's coming from. But I feel like the founders also have some issues too. So, because old girl, I can't remember her name. I want to say it's Patrice or something.
Black lady.
Well, all three of them are black.
Right. So
I thought one of them was a white lady.
All three of them are three.
Because I know I saw an interview with them, and one of them wasn't of color.
No, it was 3 black lesbians.
Yeah, I know I saw an interview. Yeah, I know I saw an interview.
Really?
With them. Yeah, but I can't. I'm not gonna argue it or debate it. But I know I saw an interview, and one of them was not of color.
Okay.
I don't know. I want to say her name is Patrice something. I can't remember. But
I'm definitely not going against my sister. If she said it, that's what I'm going with that.
It is Black Women's History Month.
Yeah, I'm not going against her.
It's not Black Women's History Month
Women's
at all.
history.
It's
Women's
History
History
Month.
Oh,
Black
women's.
Women's
No,
history.
not black women, just women's
Women History Month.
Women, I'm drinking. I tried.
But see, now they
took
talk about me and my
offense,
red
though.
cup, but it's some other cups up here that we don't talk about.
We know what the red cup mean though.
What do we mean?
It's sweet tea.
If you red cup,
I'm not gonna do that with you,
it's
sister.
liquor.
What's in here?
Hey.
What is this?
It's the probiotic drink. We already went through that. At any
What were you
rate,
saying?
Please.
I took issue with the interview that she did when she it was some self-care that she did in this interview, and she was kind of like in a bathtub, and she was like, yeah, I take these self-care baths and I put, rose petals and salt and blah, 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 and all this stuff in it. And, this is what I do. And I have this whole self-care thing that's coming out. And it's like, ma'am, let's go ahead and take a break or take a step back. What you're doing here is nothing more than African history. It's what our people did. These are ancestral baths. They're cleansing baths. Like, this is nothing that you created. It's nothing that you just magically came up with one day when you were sitting. I didn't like the way she put it out there as if it was something amazing that she did. That was like that. Just on where it came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try.
Don't try to alter it.
I think this is a woman thing. I'm gonna sit out on this one.
It's not a woman thing.
Well,
It's just shut up. It's just a thing where like
Take rose petal baths.
if you
She tried to make it as if she owned it.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Like
if you got it from somewhere else, just say
Say
I'm
that.
taking an ancestral bath. This is what it is. Blah 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 blah. But don't just come out here. It would be like me coming out here like, yeah, I created black soap. Nobody knew about black soap till I started stuff. Like, pause, homegirl. You ain't create black soap.
Say pause.
Yeah.
Where you pick that up from? Pause.
No.
I don't. That's a new word. Pause.
The hood.
I'm gonna start saying it though. It might catch on. I might.
No, the kids already
Don't
got
they
it.
only
Kids got
say that
pause.
You need to
if
give
they
credit to the
referring
children.
to something
say
funny?
Yeah, say that to the
I'm
children.
39.
She just made her
Now
point.
you just did what old girl
Yeah.
did, so you can't take
I
it.
ain't know.
Give credit
But
to the
see,
children.
I didn't know. She knew. I didn't know that the kids say
She
that.
probably didn't know.
Man, because it came out later on that she actually is into ancestral worship and
okay.
ATRs and the whole nine. So
Oh.
she absolutely
Okay,
knew,
so she
knew
was
what she
bucking
was
the
doing.
system. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was bucking
absolutely.
the system.
Because even like we won't go there, but yeah, we'll just leave it alone.
I don't know where you was going, but okay.
I know, that's why I'm gonna stop. We just gonna act like I ain't say nothing.
So, well then.
Oh my God, really? rude intellect,
Okay.
Well then,
the lateness.
But yeah, I think
She
back
not
to
gonna
the
let me
topic
live it
though. I
down.
think 20 million. That's a little far fetched.
Why?
They may that's an expensive number.
Why?
I don't even know how he came up with the total.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he had rationale, but it's like, but to the point that like Orlando made earlier, if they give him 20 million, then every single other black person
That they made money off of.
That's not true.
ever
That's
you
not
know
true.
was talking about, then they had the ability. I'm not saying they
To
have to
ask
give
for it.
them right, and so now it just creates a whole thunderstorm of what exactly are we going to do. But I think the initial question is, did BLM ever promise
To give all-
financial, support to these families?
Right.
That's where we have to start.
And to be honest with you, like you ask for whatever you want. Like when
Yeah.
you go and ask for, when you go try to get approved for a home loan,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? I want $20 million. They said that's cool, but you've been approved for 72 million or 72,000.
Right.
But I asked for 20 million.
Yeah.
That's what I was approved.
All right.
And not without knowing all the details of what happened in that situation, it's hard for me to really speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
But you speaking.
But I'm gonna speak on it because that's what we do on this podcast. Ja. So it's hard to actually say who shoulda, woulda, coulda done whatever.
I think y'all should have been in different seats.
Were you on the switch seats?
I think
Why we need to switch seats?
because you're a little antagonistic over there.
Maybe the next show.
Antagonistic.
If you want
Maybe
to
the
switch
next
seats,
show.
if you want to sit here and feel like Ralph, I will let you sit here and feel like Ralph
Why do I need to feel like Ralph? I'm me.
because you acting like Ralph.
We
They
got the
birthday
same
on the same
birthday.
day.
After-
They birthday
I was-
on the
yeah,
same
they
day.
birthday. So do you need to sit here?
I don't need to sit there. I'm gonna be me.
Switch sister. Switch.
I'm gonna be me
switch
in whatever
sister.
chair I'm in. So if I sit over there, this who I'm gonna be.
I
Why
do
do
want
people tell me that like I care? I like me.
Unbelievable.
a lot of people tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey yo, what y'all was talking about in the background? Yeah.
But
Thank you.
I
Go
was
ahead.
wondering if Black Lives Matter never posted how much money they made, would they have come out and said, "Hey, well, we want 20 mil"?
I think Black Lives Matter is under attack in general.
Is it what?
It's under attack in general because people.
Did you hear what he asked?
I feel like they're under attack in general. So it's not if it's not this situation, there could be another situation. And the reason why I say that is because so many of people remember what Black Lives Matter like started as.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be they're always gonna have somebody saying that they didn't do this or they
Man,
didn't
there's
do
only
that.
like 3 people that remember that because
You know
people
what I mean?
be out here on
I
their
don't think so.
BLM stuff.
I think more people know about it than you know.
they know,
but we just don't say
but
nothing.
They just
Yeah.
be out here, but I ain't.
They're just not organized against it
They
because
don't want to
it's
be
like, well,
corrected.
Yeah. Like if you they're original. I don't want to attack Black Lives
Sure.
Matter, so let me just stop.
Do you think it's losing steam though? Or it only comes to
Yeah.
the forefront when it's a black and white issue?
Yeah.
Because we got brothers
That's
getting
what
killed
it is.
all the time.
Come on now.
Black
You
on
know
black
how
and
crime.
a
black people
famous
are.
one too. Like it's got to be something that's like popularized. It's not because shit's
Thank
happening
you.
every day.
Right.
Thank you.
Now, do you think we just not hearing about some of the stuff they doing,
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's just not?
That too. Yeah, I'm sure they're doing something because when you're generating that type of money, you're gonna be doing something.
Right.
I hope.
Man, if that money's just sitting,
Oh, that's
Hope.
heavy.
They said
it's
90
stuff
million,
happening.
90 million in 1 year from donations.
yeah, I get it.
And they said themselves they've only allocated 20 of that million to the other chapters.
But
for
who did they give it to?
the other chapters?
No, I get it. But what were the causes? Like
But you
I
gotta
think
remember though that 2020 was the year of the black person. So every white person was just just dumping money into black businesses, black organizations.
Yeah.
It was blackity black. So
you rich because you got a black
who
business.
said that?
You
I ain't
you
say
just
I
said
was
it.
rich.
You said white people was dumping
she ain't
money.
been
in
up.
there.
Look, she ain't been
I
beat up
didn't
on
say
or nothing
white
like that.
people was taking money into Jalen.
She has to
I didn't
be.
say that.
She has to be at a
But they can.
disadvantage in
Right.
order for her to get that
Exactly.
money.
We are at
Like-
a disadvantage. We're black.
Well, she had to get beat up on camera
Right.
or something.
So y'all need
Or
to
somebody
say
killed her dog or something. Somebody killed her dog or something.
Oh, dog.
Y'all need to
I need y'all to go check out
y'all need
Jolly's
to say
skincare.
something. Let me say something controversial real quick so we can go ahead and get that clip
Right.
so I can go viral. You know.
Nah, I
all
feel
that,
you.
all
though.
that press.
Oh,
but you
man.
know, last year was probably a fluke though because it was the year of the black person. Everything was
When you say it's a fluke-
blackity black.
Do you think that we're not going to continue that trend?
Probably not. No.
I don't believe that.
Really?
Nope.
You really think that white people going to continue to dump
I think that black
into...
people who are the consumers are going to continue to support black business. Like with all of what's going on, it's too. You can't be continuously.
Did you hear what we was talking about? Because I was talking about white people dumping money. You talking about black people supporting black businesses.
No,
They being real generous
we
last
can do
year.
this one way, or we can do this.
White
we
folks
can
in
do
their
what kind of way you wanna go.
pocketbooks.
I'm trying to stay
He trying to
positive
find
with you.
it. He trying to
I'm
find
stay
it.
positive with you.
Now, we can do this the easy way or
the hard way.
the hard way.
We can do it either way. Which one you want to be?
Something different. But go ahead.
So
and make your
what
point.
we talking about? Like, first of all, let me just say this. Finish that me talk before you tell me do I hear what you saying.
Right.
What you saying might not be relevant. Let me get on that Ralph shit. You feel me? Let me get myself together.
Go ahead.
No, but like seriously, like yo, we have to start looking beyond the stuff. Like we always nitpicking at certain things. And what y'all saying, I agree with. I get it. I do. But is it? I feel that black people who are the consumer, all we do is spend money.
Right.
Let's be real.
Right.
I think we are looking towards spending back towards each other again. And I think ultimately that's what we need and want.
Right.
That point,
And white people will follow us. Because whatever we've done in this history of this world, they do.
That the initial point about black people trying to spend more black, absolutely, I agree with that. But white people dumping money into black businesses and organizations the way they were last year, I'm not sure it's going to be as high continuing on. That was the point that I was talking about. That's why I said, did you hear what I said?
And I understand that. And so what you're saying is the NBA, NFL, like the people who these big corporations, are they going to continue to support us?
No. I'm not saying support at all. I'm just saying because there
The
were
money that they dropped
That's
last year.
the only support that matters.
Yes, but again,
That's all if you're not going to continue to put monetarily support us,
okay. Let me put some numbers on it so you get what's happening. So
about
last year,
that's the only way it matters. But go ahead.
last year, if let's say people were dumping, $10,000 into every black organization,
Right.
Going forward, what I'm saying is it's probably not going to be 10,000 every single year going forward. They might cut that joint back to like 4 or something like that.
And I understand that.
That is the point that I'm making. It's not that white people won't continue, but again, you got to acknowledge it was lit to be black last year. Because they were, again, like we talked about in the beginning, trying to pacify us in a whole lot of ways. I mean, think about all the black people that you saw on TV commercials, everything.
Why did they
It was
try to
just
pacify
good
us?
to be
So let me
black.
go ahead and get y'all together real quick. Why? Why were they pacifying us?
To shut us up, as they always
Okay, that's
do.
fine. Even if it was to shut us up. But the thing is, if we stay active in what we do, in what we're doing, they're going to continue to either make change or eventually they're either going to say we're not doing this anymore, or they're going to say, hey, we got to continue to put money into this. If we want change, we can't sit back and wait for somebody else to give us change. We got to continue to push for it.
Right. You realize you keep making other points besides what we
You don't
talking
have no
about,
points.
though. I don't have no points now.
Because what you're trying to say is, are white people going to continue to put into us? Yes, if we continue to push for white people to put into us. Like a lot of this stuff
You
is
realize
on.
that's not how white people operate, though, right?
Right.
Like
I
white people
have to
play
agree
chess.
with Jocelyn on this.
You're right.
Because
you know why?
Because
You
it was.
feel bad
well,
that you
hold
had to
on.
agree with me?
No, I don't feel bad, but I'm tired of seeing y'all saying the same thing.
But
If y'all just
when y'all finish, I got a point when y'all
y'all
finish.
wanted me to. Y'all won't get to a middle ground. But I agree with Jocelyn in the sense of because first off, white people always want to be superior to us, regardless. So, like she was saying, last year was popular because of everything that was happening, because of
It was
all of the
heightened.
riots. It was heightened.
Right.
It was like, we got to do something. We can't stand on the fence and do this. Now, you got some that's out in the streets that's doing that, but like she was saying, with the big corporations, they threw it at us then because that's what was trending. That's not going to always be the case. Now, what you're saying is if we continue to move in that fashion and get all this stuff to be trending, then yes, they'll continue to do so. But we're the same people that, just like we talk about by black, as soon as something is wrong one time, I try to support y'all, but I can't do it.
Right.
And then you right back at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start with ourselves as far as, I'm going to hold you accountable. If I get something from you and you screw me one time, look, this is what happened. My lotion bottle was halfway empty.
Right.
You know what I mean? What can you do for me? I'm still going to work with you, but what can you do for me? As opposed to saying, I ain't supporting this black business no more.
Right.
We tend to run away from each other faster than we go to what they already got. Go ahead, Flex.
Thank you, first of all, for explaining both of what we were saying.
Yes.
Thank you. But I'm just saying, as a white people who put, like these white businesses who put money into our community, right? The reason they continue to do that also is because they want our money to continue to support their business.
Right.
Right? Because that's where the money is. So if I give Crespo, I'm just using. If I give Crespo money and Crespo takes money and puts it back into what I'm doing, like I give him $100, but for every $100 he gives me $750 back to my hood. Right? You know what I'm saying? He wants to continue to make the other money.
Right.
So he will continue to put money into my community because I continue to spend a certain amount with him.
Right. That's not that.
I'm not finished.
I'm gonna let you have it.
No, I'm taking it today. So what I'm saying is, as black people, go ahead. Can I get the shot or something? I don't need that many. As black people, if we continue to say we are not going to support this, or like with the NBA was real big in Black Lives Matter when they was in a bubble.
Right.
It's not the same. It's not heightened. So I understand what you were saying and what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? But the NBA continues to receive our support in what they're doing in their product. So they might not spend $10 million. They might spend $6 or $4, like we were saying in previous example. And I get that. But if we say, you know what, we're not going for that in your product, they're gonna say, well, eventually, if we don't receive the money from us, then they don't have the money to give back. So we have to demand more as consumers.
I think that's the point that you should have made, because let's be honest here. White people was always Stop. No. Here's what I'm saying. You're saying that if white people have to continue to put money into us and our communities, because then we're going to give the money back to them, right? Here's the thing. That was always happening. That was never the thing. The initial question that we were talking about was, is it going to be at the level that it was like in 2020? Because of, again, it was like lit to be black and to support black and to, you know, really show
the
how
diversity.
we were here for black people. Exactly. That's the whole thing. But black people are going to, we're going to continue to buy black, but understand that white people play chess in all of their decisions that they're making. So the manner in which they support our business, they're going to do it because of what their end game is ultimately, which is to keep themselves on top, regardless of what it is that we are doing as black people supporting other black businesses, though. That's not because again, white people were always supporting in some form or fashion. That was never the question. It was about, okay, the manner in which they was hitting it last year.
Right. Their level of support.
It's going to change. But again, like Sean said, black people, we real finicky. So as soon as something happens, how our support goes, you know, we be a little off the mark. But again, because white people have a serious agenda that they've written down and that they play, of course they're going to put money in. They have to, because they know what they ultimately want to happen, because they can't. And what did they say? Like 2050, the world is going to be brown. It's going to, and that ain't what they looking to happen. So they have to move in a certain manner in order to ensure that the world is not going to be brown.
Advantage Jocelyn. That's tennis jargon. Just advantage Jocelyn. You gonna deuce it back up? That's tennis jargon.
Just let me know when it's my turn.
Advantage Jocelyn. What you got?
So again, I've said, no problem. So again, as I've said, I believe it's up to us, because we are the people to hold their feet to the fire for whatever it is we're doing. It's up to us as a people to continue to say, okay, you did 10 million last year and you made 40 million off of us, and this year you're going to do 70 million. You're not going to go back to 4. That number has to go up.
Yeah.
And that is what I was trying to explain to everybody here today.
Right.
It's up to us to hold people accountable to what they actually do for our community and what they're actually taking from our community. Right. I don't disagree with what my sister is saying. I understand what she's saying. I'm saying that if we're going to hold somebody else accountable, we have to hold ourselves accountable to what it is we're asking for.
Flex, I want to stop y'all because y'all just running in circles. This is what happened here. She said, do you think they'll continue to put that much money into us?
Right.
Like they did in 2020.
I appreciate you breaking that down.
What you did was tell us how we do it. You didn't say yes or no. You said this is how we have to make that happen. So y'all not even answering the same question.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe I was here.
Can I finish
So
this?
everything is valid. Everything is valid.
No, I know it is.
Right.
I never discredited Ja. I never discredited Ja in all of this.
No, we're not saying that. Yeah, we're not saying that.
But what I'm saying is, when she said, I don't think that we'll do it, I said it's up to us to make them do it.
Right.
I never discredited.
No, you didn't.
So
you
every
was giving
point,
the method.
I did, but every point she made, I was actually, I'm okay. I get it.
Yeah.
But what are we doing? Because I think at some point, and I hate to use this way, but at some point, as the people who are always the victims in this, I think at some point we have to say, you know what? What is our power in this?
Right.
And how do we actually make people make different decisions?
You know what? I'm gonna use everything y'all just said, and I'm gonna ask a question. There is the
same thing.
There is a huge corporation, a big company that was recently on the news, whereas the frontline employees took a pay cut in the sense of reduced work hours and things of that nature. Now, this company hasn't made profits because of COVID.
You sure of that? That's what they claim.
That's what they say.
That's what they claim.
All I can say is the higher level executives got bonuses, and the frontline levels, they just got back their regular hours. They didn't get any bonus. How would a frontline employee handle that situation? What would you have to do? I know what you're gonna say, because I really think if that happen, it needs to happen. If that shoots through, then it's gonna shoot through real quick. But I'm gonna let you talk about it. I think everybody would be signing. It look like this. It look like this.
So, just for me to like kind of tap in, and I'm not sure of the company you're talking about, but if just in general, I think a lot of times what happens is people don't understand that people who are, when you're in a major company in major positions, and I'm not talking about frontline at all.
Right.
These people have contracts, and contracts dictate what you're going to do. Contracts dictate what we're going to be paid. Contracts are so important in life. You have a contract with the energy company. You know what I'm saying? You have a contract with your cell phone. You have a contract. All of these things are you signed for. You have a contract for everything that happens. These are the terms of agreements. If I go to your website, I know you terms are on there. That is my personal contract. Regardless if I choose to read them or not, that's my contract. Right? And I think that people who work in some of these places don't believe that contracts matter. But everything that you actually go to this job for, you've all to gain money, to gain profit, is when you sell your time. It's because you have another contract previously agreed upon that you need to generate money to pay. So you already have signed all of these contracts, but people don't want contracts at their job. And this is my opinion on this personally. I am a union head forever. I grew up as a union head. Like, you need to have and understand what's going to happen if.
Right.
And that is the problem with that, like in this situation. Like, these people, they're not just giving them money on the strength. They're giving them money because they're somewhere. That's what their contract said. You're going to make
or no profit.
You're going to make at least $90,000. But then when we go and we take money from you, they say, well, you know what the contract said, they got to give them 90, but we only gave them, you know what I'm saying, 72.
Yeah, so we got to shoot that back.
So now all of a sudden they get a check for $18,000, and the frontline employees who have bought into this "we our family" bullshit.
Yeah.
Now you looking at them not understanding that more than likely there was some contract somewhere. That's just what we got to understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything you do in life is about a contract. Your house, your car, what you do on a website, everything's a contract. But you don't want a contract behind your work. And I'm gonna leave that alone because I am very passionate.
We can see that.
You just happy to have a job.
We can see that.
That being happy to have a job. I give all praises due to the Most High for allowing me to be able to support myself.
Sure.
I don't owe that to the person. Like how I pay my job, how I fulfill the duties that they actually pay me to do. So when I endorse my check every other week, I know I've done what they asked me to do. They don't get nothing else besides that. Me being able to provide and be able to live that comes from my Creator.
Right.
That's me. I don't want to get because I know I'm ready to blaze.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna leave that alone.
You've been lying the whole time, but you kicked it up a whole nother notch, right?
Because you don't understand how much that bothers me for my people. I know. But who do you care? Like, who is it that you give thanks to? Your job, or do you give thanks to your Creator? Because it ain't the same. We not the same.
That's right.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. So I knew that's why I gave you.
Man, that shit hit me. That shit home. That shit hit home, man.
Let's lighten it up for you real quick.
Okay.
Y'all, what y'all think about this new Coming to America situation?
Yeah.
Y'all need O's. We need to come to America.
No, did you look at the movie? That's what she's talking about.
I got a friend in Coming to America.
Yeah,
right.
we had her on here.
Yeah, I know. I got a whole friend in there. If you ask me, did I watch
Tisha Green?
Yeah, there we go.
Tisha Green, we see
Big
y'all.
up to you. Big up.
Congratulations.
But if you ask me if I watched the movie, to be honest with you, I got family in town now, and we haven't. I haven't. We haven't. And I've heard it's terrible. But guess what? I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
You watch it, it's one of those for the culture situations.
Yeah, it's for the culture.
It
wasn't good.
I could have gone my life, if I ever haven't seen it. It's
It's that bad.
Yeah. It's not about it being that bad. It's about when you have a classic, sometimes you just can't part to it.
Right.
That's really
Can't
what it
mess
boils
with
down to it. And I'm not the PC girl, clearly. So to me, it was a little. It was reaching a little bit too far to the PC side of life, and that's what I'll leave it at because since neither one of you have seen it.
Well, Linda,
I saw it.
Y'all too.
I can't see because I'm drinking because I can see
clearly. So. Orlando and I spoke about it. It has some good parts in it, so I'm not going to call it complete trash, and I'm happy that. All the black folks who were able to get checks, off of it, all of that, here for it. But just classics, sometimes we just got to leave them alone. Because 9 times out of 10, folks don't do them right.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to say.
I like that nugget ring, too. Just
appreciate that, bro.
I love how he keep hitting this shit.
I mean, just flashing all
I love it.
Blinding you.
Yeah.
Extra.
Bling, bling.
The thing is, I want to say, just because it's black, don't mean I got to support it. It's a lot of bad stuff out there. It is true.
No, that's very
When you're talking about art,
Yeah.
I don't have to support everything that's black. If it's not good, I'm going to speak my truth. I didn't like it.
I agree with that.
I'm not going to go out and trash it, but it's not to my liking.
Right.
But it's a lot of people coming out, you wrong for saying this, and that. No. Just because it's black doesn't mean I have to like it.
Right. Now, see, that I agree with. You don't have to like it.
I don't have to watch it either.
But you don't. But I personally believe that we should be supporting everything black. I believe that. You don't got to like it.
I can't support everything.
Because you know why? Because I sit here and watch.
That man worked hard for his money.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I can't support Snow in the Bluff.
Yeah, that's true.
I just got
Wow.
I can't support
But we seen it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
We seen it. Right? Both of us. As bad as it is. The only reason I say that is because I think we subliminally we support everything white. So I think we need to consciously make an effort to support
everything white.
You?
Everything
You.
white? Everything white.
You
clearly
listen to what I'm saying.
As a person.
Listen to what I'm saying. Like, because it's already we've been programmed to support their stuff. So consciously, we have to make efforts to support our own. And when it's not good, we need to be able to say, hey, you know what? I watched, I wasn't feeling it. And this is why. We need to be able to be constructive about. I'm sorry, I be talking with my hands. I be watching myself on here talking with my hands. I'm sorry. We need to be constructive about making sure we understand that people, the creators of our content, understand why it is we didn't like something.
Man, but how many times you guys tell black people that it's like we don't need the black woman? She has 17
feminist now?
kids,
That's what you're doing?
and hell no. she done had 17 kids, and now, you know, she done got this new job and was, I'm sorry, I forgot. The man did her wrong, and, you know, he ain't shit.
And you just made my point, and I'm going to see if...
She was able to pull herself up from her bootstraps. Like, how many times we got to tell these creative people we don't need to see that same damn storyline?
Are you finished?
Really?
She got a point.
No, I agree with you.
Really? That was you
I
agreeing
agree
with
with
me?
you.
Because
Yeah,
that was kind of rude, sir. Rude ass.
He stand by it.
Rude ass. But see, like,
I know I'm roughly made. I don't always have the right answer, and I know my tone and context is off.
Right.
I mean,
So,
that's
real.
where I live at, in
Me
horrible
too.
tone and
Me
context.
too.
But I don't need to support everything just because it's black. I do not.
So I
because
understand
if
that.
I roll up to your establishment and you want me to pay in a Cash App, I'm rolling out. I had a new man come to spray my yard. Again, for the people who missed it the first time.
First time, right? Repeat it.
Purposely not answering
I plead the
that
filth.
question.
Plead the filth.
Purposely not answering that question.
Stay out my sister inbox.
Please go back and
You're
run
going to
your
have to
mouth
deal with
again.
me. Stay out her inbox. I'm sorry. Sister.
Please go back and run your mouth again. Anyway. So, see, I forgot the new yard man came out, and I was like, all right, cool. So how do you take payment? He was like, I take cash, but I don't really like to take cash. The second thing he said was PayPal, and my heart just sang. He was like, yeah, and I'll take Cash App. If that man had led with Cash App, we'd have been done.
You're not rocking with Cash App, yeah.
Yeah, we would have been done. So no, I'm
Was
not.
he black?
Blackity black.
So instead of just judging the situation, if you say, you know, brother, listen, as a black woman, as your sister, like, I don't really rock with Cash App for these reasons.
Man, I'm so tired of telling black people that. Here's the thing.
So you don't like your people, I figure.
No, I like people, but this is the thing.
I know you
What's
like
wrong
people
with
as
the
long as
Cash
they're
App?
white. Cash App is shady.
You don't do business via
Or Cash
Cash App,
App, yeah.
especially if you're trying to grow and have an established business. If you
That's
want
true.
a hobby, then you Cash App your life away. But you do not run established businesses that you want to grow and become multi-million-dollar companies, which black people need to do, as opposed to being out here being hobbyists and you still got to go to work.
Right.
You cannot run and let me be clear. I understand now that Cash App also has a business side. Cash App is not a business payment processing place to use. It is not, because there are certain things that you need with your payment processor when you have a business, and Cash App does not give you what you need. So no, I don't mess with it. I was going to say something else. So when you're doing, and this is, I shouldn't say this, but somebody posted about how when folks pay with Cash App, people should send them additional money to cover the Cash App fee. I don't even know what the Cash App fee is.
10%.
And I had to be like, businesses have expenses. And part of your business expense are your payment processor fees. So you need to price properly in order to cover those fees.
That's true.
If you can't afford that $2, $3, $4, 75 cents,
you can't take that cash payment. You can't take that payment.
Then you don't need to go to work. Go to work if those payment processor fees are about to kill your business. I'm sorry. And I said what I said, and I really don't care.
Honestly.
That's a lot of money
She's
lost.
been doing this for a long time.
I'm glad you said it. Ja is really a professional.
She's been doing it.
And when it comes to that business shit, when you doing something, sorry for cussing out. When it comes to that, like, she really be on you about making sure your business is right. And that part of what she's saying is all real.
Right.
Like, this is stuff you have to appropriate in your costs.
You do. And it's and understand, even being in the game for a while, it's not about me running a perfect business, but there are certain things that you just don't do, especially when you want to be looked at in a certain way. It ain't no DM for services. What do you DM for services?
You can still DM me for service, people. I ain't there yet. We getting close, but I ain't there yet. KO, we working, right? KO, we working. We almost there, but not yet.
Dude, it ain't this DM for service stuff. It's not this running to my inbox about questions. I have an email address for my business. I have certain, you have to run yourself in a certain manner. And let me be clear, some of this stuff is for no other reason than to allow you to have a life as a business owner. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the individuals who really ran that point home to me was his father. Cause we was at your father's house for something. And I was on the phone doing something, and he was like, yeah, I mean, you know, like, your business can't just run your life. You really got to take some time, blah, 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 blah.
I get that.
He went in on me. And that one of the folks who really put that into me, like, you have to separate. So it's certain, you can't be all in your personal inbox. And people still to this day run up in my personal inbox asking me, I got a whole website, homie. Yeah. And you didn't, and I love this. I was just on your website. Then why didn't you hit the contact page?
Right.
Why did you run to Facebook to my personal situation in order to do this? But I don't even remember the original point that we had. But the thing of it is, like, Black people got to do a certain type of business, and I don't, just because you Black, I ain't got to give you my money. And I don't expect people to give me money because I'm Black and have a business. If you don't like what I'm doing and all of that, then that's totally fine. It's cool. It's totally, I don't believe in that because there's too many Black people doing shady business.
I get that, Ja, but wait. Slow down, sister. I believe that we have to give each other the benefit of the doubt when it comes to dealing with Black business. Now, before you blow up on me, and I know before you blow up on me and y'all start hitting buttons, hear me out.
Look, because Sean ready to go. He need his drink empty.
Yeah.
Like,
no, seriously, listen.
He ready to go.
Like, the thing that always bothers me is, like, when we go to certain establishments to pick up groceries, and you know they have 37 lines at this establishment, right? And there's 4 lines open. And we be standing all the way at the back of the store.
Who do that? I will leave a cart.
Me too, and I agree. But you understand that there are enough of us that will not leave this establishment because the prices are right.
Right.
And we'll stand in these long lines, and they got 37 actual cash registers. Right. 2 or 3 or 4 of the checkouts, your self-checkouts. Yeah. And they'll have like 15 items or less line going. And you go in this establishment, no matter how bad they treat us, we continue to go in there because of price.
Got all of that.
All I'm saying is because that we are Black business, we do need to give each other a little more leeway. And then we need to explain to the people that we are shopping with
Didn't I say that?
I don't know what you said.
Go ahead.
Probably not. But we need to explain to them what is wrong, what our issue is with their business. Black business, we need to push that no matter what.
Now, you know that you cannot sit here and for real tell some Black people that their business is jacked and they need to make adjustments.
I agree.
That does not
So now
work.
that we got that out the way, let me tell you what I do. When I go to Black business, I do not deter them and walk away from their business because I had a bad experience. What I do is I talk to the owner. And normally, every person that you talk to, they already know their issues. But if you come in there and say, hey, bro, I just want to let you know, this is my issue that I had with your business. This is how I feel about what's going on. Right. And they'll say, I'm going to work on it. So now the next time you see me, if I got the same thing, you might say, yeah, I know, but it's going to eventually, it's going to sit with you.
Right, I get what you're saying.
But that's not the same for major corporations because I might talk to you today because you were the manager on duty because we work for people. Right. I might talk to you tomorrow. Right. And then I might talk to you when I come in 3 weeks from now because they're different managers. But when you go to Black-owned businesses, if we go to a Black-owned store, normally you're gonna see the same person. Yeah. And even if I go in there next time and
it's gonna be personal.
It's personal. So and because I'm searching out Orlando Crespo. Hey, bro, this is what I got an issue with, man. I love y'all, but this is the issue. Orlando's gonna say, man, I gotta work on that.
I get you, but maybe
anything after butt is bullshit.
Here's the thing. Let's start before that. Let's open the business in the right way.
I agree.
So that it's not a matter of the business is going to be perfect because there will always be things that you need to adjust. But let's start it out in the right way. So that certain things aren't an issue out the gate.
I guess for me it just bothers me. It just bothers me.
You tried.
First off, let me say this. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Ja and Flex show today.
Thank you.
Because we definitely
y'all know they gonna keep it rolling. We've been waiting for this. We knew this was gonna happen 3-4 weeks ago. We knew it was gonna happen. And if we sit here and let them go, we'll be here for another 2 hours. Yeah, we just gonna have them a whole show by themselves.
That's what we gotta do.
Yeah.
I hate to cut you off like that, but you know what I mean.
Yo, black business, supporting black business is important. And what she's saying is important. Like the stuff that we talk about on this podcast, it's important.
Yeah.
You know, we try to get these conversations out into the community so that we understand that it's okay for us to not agree. Me and John don't agree on a lot of stuff. And we clown each other on everything.
Right, all the time.
But being a young black business, a startup business, I didn't start everything right. But everything I've done from the point that I started was to get right. You know what I'm saying? It's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just wanted to get that out there because so people know. I get what she's saying. We gotta be right.
You making me feel like I need to mentor again.
You do. We need you. We need us. We need Crespo. We need the soundproof hunger room. We need the fucking 18th up here cussing people out. Like our community, man, we need all of that. You know what I'm saying? We need that though, for real. We need Sean. We need Sean making sure that we speak correctly.
On time.
I was late today. We need people to understand. And I was late. Let me tell y'all real quick, man. I was late bullshitting. How you late? I just completely lost track of. When he called me, I was like, yo, I'm on my way.
Like
but yeah, I am, man. That's my fault.
That's how you perfect your business. Punctuality is everything.
Punctuality is
5
important.
hours later. I'm around the corner.
I wasn't 5 hours late. First of all, I live around the corner.
Literally.
So when I said I was around the corner, I'm on my way. That was real.
Hey, man, we love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all for having me.
Y'all know what it is.
Always, brother.
Love it.
Let's go Buffalo. Can we get that in there too, KO?